We'll do it live. We'll do it live. F it.
Everybody gets one.
All right. That was horrible. Hey, everybody. It's Alex and Rio here. Everybody gets one. Let's go, baby. We got another one in the bag for you now. The Last of Us.
Episode
episode 2. But before we get to that, got to do some housekeeping. You know, if you guys could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We trying to get what? How many subscribers are we at right now? I think we're at like 170 something, 270 something. I don't know. Where are we at? What are we at? I should have brought that up right now. All right, I'm about to do a quick check, y'all. Let's see. We are currently at 168 subs. All right.
Right.
I want to get to 200. Can we get to 200 subs before January?
Yes.
It's my birthday. My birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
Can we get to 200 subs by either by the 28th or by the end of this month? One of the two.
So what you got to do is just share the pod with your friends, like-minded people like yourself who are watching, who will enjoy the content. And make sure you bring them in, let them leave comments so that way we have stuff to reply to. We'll do videos of replying to you guys' comments. We'll put your comments in the videos so that way we can, let everybody know your thoughts and what our thoughts are on your thoughts. So on and so forth. So let's get it done.
Man. So 200. We could do 200 by the end of the month. Let's do
easy work. Let's do it.
Easy work, people. All right. Yes. So The Last of Us, episode 2. Another good episode. I'm not even gonna say nothing bad about this one either. This is another good episode. Not to me, I wouldn't say as great as the first episode, even though the first episode was just what would you call it? Not the gameplay, but the not the cutscenes of the first game. That's literally what it was. It was the first.
Yeah.
It was literally just the first cutscenes of the game.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe the opening scenes are so great of that game that it's just amazing. But before we deep dive, I got a little factoid for you. You would like this. Oh God, I love how that just went away as soon as I tried to look at it. All right, here's a good factoid for you, Rio. I know you'd be happy about this.
All right.
Boosting some PlayStation sales here. Since the HBO show has released, right? The Last of Us Part 1, all right, that's on the PS5, right? The sales have jumped more than 200%, according to GameStop.
I love it.
GameSpot.
I love it. That just means that more people are experiencing the greatness that is The Last of Us Part 1. That game is a masterpiece.
That's amazing. Well, I probably added to that 200%, but on the PS4, because I already ordered my copy for the PS4, I'm going to play it. I'm probably going to stream it, and you guys can hear me scream like a little girl at some clickers. Because me and horror don't mix well. So not in the video game sense.
That first game has a not even it's not a cinematic. It's a sequence that you play. That is scarier than anything in any of the Resident Evil remakes.
I don't want to play that, man.
It's good. I played all.
You say that's good? That's not a good thing.
It's great. That goes to show like that's great storytelling. That's great. A shout out to Naughty Dog and their devs. Because those dudes know what they're doing.
When I was watching, I finally watched, it's only 2 episodes, but I watched the little after thing that they do for each episode.
Yep.
I finally watched one of them. I watched the one for the second episode. And the Naughty Dog, those are the Naughty Dog creators of the game, right?
Yeah, so Neil Druckmann is the creator and writer of both games. And he is also a producer on the television show. Yeah, so that's why the television show is so close to the game and why it looks so much like the game visually. and has the
Okay.
feel of the game because they've got somebody who worked on the game there to me. And to go ahead and be like, that doesn't really feel so much like the world that we created. You might need to change that up a little bit. Maybe put a little bit of filter on there, that kind of deal.
That explains a lot. Because literally, so I did watch some of the cutscene that goes with this episode, and even the little mannerisms that Joel does, he does in the game and he does in the show for that episode.
Yeah.
Like when he finds out that his partner is infected, and he kind of he does a little that little minor backpedal.
Yeah,
he does the exact same thing in the show. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
But let's deep dive into episode 2. Episode 2, Infected. This episode starts off. I don't even know what country this is. Is this
I think it was India, right? Is that right?
It ain't India. This is like Malaysia or something. I don't know what this is. Did they even say?
They did. I should have paid closer attention. But that is not in the game, by the way. And that was an amazing Indonesia. There you go. Okay. That was an amazing addition, giving us insight onto the origin of
the spreads.
Of where the pandemic started, which is I appreciate they've done that twice now. So I don't know if everybody doesn't know, the showrunner for The Last of Us show is the same person who was the showrunner for Chernobyl, which is another HBO series. If you haven't watched Chernobyl is freaking awesome. It has an amazing, great feel. So when I heard that this guy was going to be a part of it, I was like, oh, it's going to be a hit. I was like, it's going to be so mature and so grounded in reality. It's just gonna bring in the people who play the game are really gonna love it because we're getting more background, and the people who haven't played the game are gonna get just so much more depth to the show instead of just the basics of the game. But yeah, that opening, awesome. I love that they're doing that. I hope they do that with every episode, which I think it's so far it seems like they kind of are from what I've read about the next few episodes. Awesome.
Yeah, it feels like they're adding a little bit of extra lore, and since it's the show creators, since they're the creators of the video game as well, having them actually do stuff like that, it feels like that could have been a part of the game.
Yes,
it doesn't feel like it's out of place because I even asked myself, because I've watched a playthrough of it, I don't remember everything, but I'm like, I don't think I saw that, but I don't mind this. I'm like, this is interesting. This is a good little tidbit, and it explains because when you look at the world of The Last of Us, it's dilapidated really, really badly.
Yeah,
and overgrowth is everywhere. And I know it's a video game, so it technically doesn't make sense that much overgrowth would happen in that amount of time. But at the same time, it kind of adds some realism to it, because when the doctor said, when she examined the body and saw everything that was going on, and she said, "Hey, just start bombing."
Yep.
Just start bombing these cities, because this is a wash here. There is no cure for this.
Yeah.
Just start bombing. It explains how, it can be possible that it would be that dilapidated, buildings would be kind of sideways, crumbled over, and it adds some good context to what you're looking at and why this place looks like this so quickly. So I actually do like that a lot.
Well, it's been according to the show, I think it's been 20 years between when it started and where they're at now in the story. But yeah, so it was global pandemic, and they just started bombing all major cities. And just like they stated in this episode, of course, spoilers for this is a spoiler heavy review of episode 2. She stated in the episode that they basically bombed all of the major cities to try and slow it down, but it didn't work as well in other cities as it did there in Boston, which is where I want to say that they're at.
The mean streets of Boston.
Yeah.
So this episode, well, we finally get back to our main characters. Joel. I forgot the other chick's name.
Oh, it's Joel, Ellie, and I can't remember her name either. She doesn't last very long, even in the game.
Yeah, she's not even.
So
sorry.
but I mean, she's important. Not to discredit the character at all. She's an important character.
I guess I'll put her name somewhere here.
Yeah, there you go.
First edit of the night. Well, so the episode starts off with them watching Ellie.
Yes, watching her sleep.
Yeah, watching her sleep because they're waiting for her to turn. And you know what? I don't blame them. Because I don't care what nobody say. Even if you think that, oh, nah, she might be a cure, blah, blah, blah. Joel is right. You never know if this chick might turn, when she might turn. Just because everybody else was turning at a certain point in time doesn't mean there might be a new variant. We won't say the name of the infection that is here right now because YouTube. But, there could be another variant, just like how we have multiple variants of a particular situation.
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
The thing that's great about it is that they've carried over from the game to the show is that Joel and his partner, she literally says we're not good people. And that's part of the reason why they've survived as long as they have in this post-apocalyptic world. And I mean, even in episode 1, when Joel and his brother are in the car with his daughter, and those people are on the side of the road and they need help, and he's like, just keep going.
Her name is Tess.
Yeah, it's decisions like that helped them get to the point where they're at now. And the world is unforgiving. The world isn't kind at that point. People want, people take, people kill, people lie, people cheat. It's
basically going back to nature. They go back to the pure basics, man.
Exactly. It's dog eat dog. So I like that they're really showing that character element within Joel, that he's always going to do what's best for him, what's best in his interest to survive, not just, for greed or, to get rich or get more food or whatever, but just the basics, just base survival.
Yeah.
And that's real,
So that's what makes these characters great. That's another thing. They are very real. It ain't we're these paragons of morality and we're the heroes of this show. It's like, nah, it ain't about necessarily being a hero. It's like, all right, we got a job to do. We try and do the job. All we want is a battery. And that goes to show you how basic the world went back to. They were doing all of this for a battery.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Nowadays,
right.
You just where you need to go. Battery right up here. AutoZone.
Yep. Advanced auto.
Yeah. In their world, that battery is probably worth $1 million to them. So it's just crazy how visceral everything goes back to when you lose everything. So yeah, wake up with them watching her, waiting for her to turn. She doesn't turn, obviously. Ellie's a wise ass. I kind of like it, and I kind of don't like it at the same time.
Yeah.
I actually yelled at the screen at her in one scene. So basically, they wake up, they see that she hasn't turned. All right, they agree, like, hey, we're gonna push a little bit further and see if we can get her. Where were they going? To the museum? Yeah, to the museum first.
Mm-hmm.
So they head off to the museum because they couldn't find a way around through, I think that was a hotel they were going through. And they couldn't get around from there. So they ended up having to go through the museum.
Yes.
It was kind of weird to see Ellie shift from her being an asshole to just being a kid. Then you realize, well, she is a kid. And then she starts goofing around inside the hotel. And a body comes out. And then she finally realizes how real this is. Like, I guess she's never, no, she's seen infected before. but she was shocked at seeing the skeleton. But whatever. So they get her back on track, right? And the part that upset me, right? They get up to like either the third or fourth floor, whatever. They realize that there's clickers in the room. This is, man, I'm about to scream like a bitch when I play this game, yo. I'm just letting you know that right now. Oh my God, them clickers freak me out. So they run into the room. Well, they don't run into the room. They enter the room. They figure out that there's clickers in there. Ellie pissed me off because you can hear them whispering. She doesn't get the social clue to like kind of chill it out. And she's like, well, why do I have to whisper? What's like, why are you being adversarial right now? Chill the fuck out. If you see us chilling out, you need to absorb the energy. Absorb the energy. Chill the fuck out because we're about to get fucked up in 8 because of you.
Mm-hmm.
That part right there, I actually yelled at the TV at that part. I'm like, shut up. That's all I said to her. It was like, just shut up or I'll choke you. I felt like Homer Simpson at that point.
Yeah.
I felt like I wanted to choke her.
It was the reality of the situation hasn't hit her yet. Now, and you also got to remember that she's immune. So it's almost like she's got plot armor, essentially. Yeah. So consequences aren't as big for her as they are for Joel and Tess.
Yeah,
and if you really
off getting scratched,
and this will kind of make you a little upset too. Is Tess probably would have never gotten bitten if Ellie wouldn't have made that noise.
Yeah,
that initial noise, which that also all of that plays out in the game as well. But yeah, I mean, and it's cool. And in the future episodes, I think they're going to show that Joel kind of holds a little bit of that animosity against her for that because Tess was his partner.
Yeah, you got my partner killed. God damn it.
Yeah. So he's probably going to explain to her like, hey, like I know this is all fun and games for you because you can survive a little bite, but the rest of us can't. And we're putting our lives on the line to get you from point A to point B.
Yeah. Yeah, but other than that part pissing me off, I thought the fucking freaky ass clickers. I thought the clickers looked really, really good. Aren't they? Yeah. They're like identical to the show, right? They didn't even.
Oh yeah. They're
on par.
Yeah, they did practical effects. And you watched.
I love practical effects. Hey, everybody who's making movies and TV shows, you don't always need to do CGI. I was praying that they didn't do CGI on the clickers because I was like, man, they're gonna want to show off. I'm pretty sure they still might do it slightly because I've seen the different clickers that come into play later on.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, my hope is that they stick with basically the bodysuits and the practical effects, but then when you already know, when other elements pop in, like the other ones who can do other things,
yes,
they can CGI that little piece, like how they CGI'd like some of the cordyceps coming out of the dead body's mouth and stuff like that. Yeah. That's fine. You gotta CGI that,
right?
But as far as the body itself, make the bodies practical. It grounds everything more because you're not like thinking that, oh, this is fake, right? Because you can see them, grab them, and touch them.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, the clickers looked they were picture perfect, and that's also part of because the guy who wrote and directed the game is a part of the show. So they tried to do different variations to kind of make the show a little bit different. And then they still ended up reeling them back in and being like, nah, let's make it just like how it is in the game, which I think is it definitely has worked in its favor because that satisfies the gamers, the people who are, purists of the game. And it's new to the people who didn't play the game, regardless. So they didn't need to make any changes.
Yeah, so. And fun fact, the actors that they got to play the clickers are fans of the game.
Yep.
So they already had in their head how the clicker should move and how they should react to sound and stuff. Like they already knew. They didn't really need much direction. They just said action, and all you heard was, I hate that damn noise.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait until you play the game. As soon as you hear that, you're gonna stop.
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. It should be here on the 29th. So that's the day after my birthday. So that will be my birthday gift to myself to scare myself shitless. That will that's gonna suck. But yeah. What happened next? Hold on, Rip. What the hell did I do my phone? Oh. So after that, yeah, that's when Tess gets bit, but we don't realize it, obviously.
Right.
Initially, right? Another change that they did, right? So after they get out of the museum, they end up what is that other location? I don't know what that was. Was that like some other building?
Yeah.
Where they were supposed to rendezvous with another party.
Right. Yeah. I think it was the Fireflies. They were supposed to
rendezvous with them. They assessed the situation. It looks like someone got infected. Well, a couple people got infected, and there was a fight that broke out, and somehow it was a stalemate. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, basically the living and the clickers just kind of all defeated each other.
Somehow. I don't know how that works. But they end up defeating each other, right? And in the game, that's when either what's the other crew? Is the Fireflies and
it was just the military.
Yeah, the military. Okay. The military started coming after them. But in the show, we get a horde of clickers coming. That change, I don't mind. In the game, you could let me know, Ria. So in the game, do the cordyceps work the exact same way? Like if you mess with the hive mind situation? Okay.
No,
I actually do like that.
Yeah, that was something new that they added to the show, which makes sense.
And it's actually scientifically true, apparently.
Yeah, I like that change. But the thing is in the game, if that was the case, clickers would be after you all the time.
Oh yeah, you'd be fucked.
So
there would be no game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been a terrible thing to add to the game.
Yeah, you'd be dead. And they would probably have to put like less cordyceps all over the place because it would be a gameplay element. You couldn't just like have them on the ground and have the excuse that the ones on because remember the ones were dried up that they were stepping on, so it can't send any receptors. Well, it can't send any chemical signals.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure in the game they can't just be like, okay, well, all the ones that you walk on the ground are dry.
Yeah.
That wouldn't help in any way or fashion. So, but I do think that's a good element for the show because here's one thing I understand. Okay, when we get like zombie-ish TV shows and movies, they always turn into the human element where your zombies are dangerous or your clickers are dangerous, but the people are dangerous too, and sometimes the people are more dangerous than the monster. There's always that trope. But what I hope they do further on is change some of the lesser, I don't want to say not important, but like not too plot heavy fights that happen with humans, change them into clicker battles or trying to escape from them or something like that, or we get to see new ones pop up. So like the lesser important ones, but all the important ones that you need human interaction with because it will literally move the plot forward, like to get them from point A to point B. Do it. Go ahead and do it. I have no problem with that.
So they could do that, but I think the problem with that is just like in the game. When they interact with humans, it's a change of pace because when you have to battle a clicker in the game, it's a much slower battle because you've got to be a lot more strategic because just shooting them in the head isn't going to work. You've got to shoot them in the head like multiple times. Whereas when you're going against people, it's more of a psychological because they're replying to the things that you're doing. Like if they hear you in a room, they're going to say that they hear you in a room.
Oh
You
yeah, you could
know,
like
and
throw a brick. You know, I was waiting for Joel to throw a brick. I've been watching too much gameplay. I was like, get your pack out, throw a brick on
right,
the other
yeah,
side of the
throw a
room.
brick or throw like a glass bottle or something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure they're gonna have that in here. I'm
Oh,
sure.
I can't wait till they open up the pack.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should put a game screen, right?
Oh my
Show him
god.
rummaging through his pack. I swear to God, I'm gonna buzz out laughing.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious. They
that
should
would
do that
take
for
people
April
right
Fools.
out of it.
They should
Yeah.
do that for April Fools. Make that a skit. Have Joel go through his pack and then have him item select, and then have a brick just pop up in his hand. I'm gonna bust out laughing. That'll be hilarious. But yeah, I liked how they switched that moment into the clickers coming to attack them. What was kind of weird was that clicker making out with Tess to put more cordyceps into her mouth.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like,
What?
huh.
Yeah, you don't want that to be your last kiss.
Yeah, I was like, huh, that's interesting. I was like, that was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think the way they could have made that better and could have made it like depressing. What would have made it really depressing is if you would have had her yelling like at them, like, no, you know, because you know she's trying to help them like escape, right? Have her stay in the middle, like how she was trying to light the flames, you know, light the gasoline on the ground, and she can't do it, right? So then she gets desperate and then says, no, attack me, because you know they're sensitive to sound and they see you there, you're a human. The goal is to attack, right? What they should do, even though most of them were doing it, they should all like come straight at her and just run right around her. So she feels depressed about, oh, I can't even stop them. They don't even care that I'm here because they already know I'm infected. Like there's like a pheromone that lets off once you get there, and they know you're infected. And so it's like it's a pointless task for you to even try to stop them from trying to get Joel and Ellie. I think that would have been like really depressing, and then play some like really depressing music as she just sits there and she can't stop them. And then eventually she gets to light the flame eventually, but some of them do escape and chase them down. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been neat. Yeah, I agree.
Instead of a makeout session with cordyceps.
Yeah, that was
that was a little questionable for me.
Yeah, that was a weird I don't know, design plot choice.
Breaking up. Oh, never mind. You're back and you said it. you did it right. Oh no, I accidentally launched Photoshop. I don't know how much RAM that's going to eat up right now.
That's probably what did it then.
Yep. I don't know how I did that. Oh, crap. After these messages, we'll be right back. All right. Now, after that quick commercial break, back to the show. So, yeah, I thought that was a kind of weird way. Oh, no, that was the ending of the show.
That was. Yeah,
that actually was the ending.
Yeah, I mean, of course, then it shows Ellie and Joel in the back as the explosion with Tess happens, and then he just kind of walks off without her, you know, because he's blown that, you know, his friend had to sacrifice herself for them to get away, and he's got this girl. Yeah, he's got this girl that he really doesn't believe in, that he's got to take to, you know, to the next part of the story.
Bullshit. So for this episode, if I compare it to the last one, this one, that first episode, I ain't gonna give it a perfect, but I'm gonna be like, this is like a 9, 8.5, 9. If I compare it to this episode, this is like a 7.9, 8. The only thing that kind of threw it off for me was that weird kiss. And actually nothing else really. I guess just that first episode was just so goddamn epic. I don't even know how to. Yeah. It was just that episode was just so goddamn epic. But there's a lot coming. So
yeah. Plus, you got to remember the first episode was like an hour and a half.
It was.
Yeah, an hour and 15 or 20 minutes. This one I think was like a little bit less than an hour.
Oh shit. Well,
yeah, so we got a lot more story. Yeah, but I agree with that rating.
Yeah, this one was only barely an hour. Yeah, just about an hour.
Yeah. What I liked about this episode was that beginning sequence in Indonesia. That was, and you know what, I say that because I played the game, so watching everything else in the episode, I kind of knew what was going to happen.
Oh, so getting that new thing,
yeah,
spiced it up.
That meant a lot more to me. So I was really focused on that and trying to like really pick at that. The acting was awesome from everybody who was involved in that in the Indonesia sequence. I thought that was great. Especially the way that before they rolled the intro part, how she just said, "I just want to be with my family."
Yeah,
I was like, "Ooh!"
I kind of felt her pain, man.
Yeah,
she was like, "I know there's no way around this, like, because this is what she does. She's a scientist. She studied these things. She said, I studied these things for years. What are you talking about vaccine and freaking cures and stuff for? There are none."
Yeah,
she said, "Bomb the joint."
Yep,
that's the only way you stopping this.
Yep, it was.
So, yeah, wrap. I felt her pain. She said, "I just want to be with my family real quick. Like,
yeah,
just let me get a couple more moments." So yeah, that was definitely deep. So she did basically give us the severity of this situation.
Yep.
So you can't be like, "Oh, well, maybe they could have done this." You know how people are on TV. You know, overanalyze. I do it myself, overanalyzing shows. Well, they could have did this and they could have did that. They came off and just said, "Nah." The scientist says you can't do nothing.
Yep.
So and now you know how this is grounded in this world. You cannot stop this.
Yeah,
it's over.
And I mean, it's so cool because in both episodes they've hammered that in the beginning of the episode. Because in episode 1, it was the television. The guy was a guest on a television show from like the 70s.
Yeah, in the 70s.
And he basically was like, well, if this were to happen, there's nothing we can do about it. And then in this episode, it's happening, and she's like, there's nothing we can do about it. So it's like they really want you to understand that this isn't like The Walking Dead where they think that there's a cure for it, or, you know, some other zombie movies where, well, we just need to find the cure. We need to find, you know, the solution to this. Like,
yeah, it's not the T-virus.
Yeah, they really want you to understand that now this is the world. Like the world is this now. And these people are just surviving in what's left. It's the name of the show.
It's The Last of Us. It's all we got, baby. It's all we got. Yeah, man. Great episode. I ain't got no complaints. You ain't gonna hear nothing out of me for a very long time. I'm gonna play this game. And I'm gonna cry like a little girl. But you know, y'all saying it's one of the best games of all time.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about that.
I can't wait for you to beat it.
Metal Gear is one of the greatest games of all time.
Look, the end, especially if you gotta bleep this out or censor this at the end, especially with you having kids on the way, the end of this game is gonna hit right where it needs to hit.
I know what happens in the end.
So
it's depressing.
Yeah.
To watch it again, to play it again, it's probably gonna mess with me.
Here's the thing though. For me, at the end, it wasn't depressing to me because I was like, that's the same thing I probably would have done. I was pretty sure I was like, that's the decision I would have made too.
But don't they give you like 2 options?
No.
I thought they gave you another option to
let
it happen.
Not that I know of.
I swore I heard that you can actually just let it happen.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know because
I gotta watch it again.
As far as I know, I'm
probably wrong.
Because the game builds up to make you want to make a specific decision. And so it's like, if you get there and that's not the decision that you want to make, then I think it's just game over and you don't.
Oh, okay. It'll be game over and you don't you don't complete the game.
Yeah,
okay, I got you.
Exactly.
So hold on. Okay, all right. You talking about with children and tugging on your heartstrings. You have Ragnarok, right?
Yeah. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played that much.
Please, I beg you. It you want to get got? You gonna get got.
Oh man, I've been avoiding spoilers then because I haven't heard anything like that.
Because you know why? The people who playing, they probably not daddies. If you a dad, you gonna be like, man, you gonna feel something for Kratos. That's all I'm gonna say. You got to feel something for Kratos.
Okay.
You're gonna see acting from Kratos. He's not gonna go. He's not gonna just grunt.
Yeah,
you're gonna get something good from Kratos. That made me fall in love with this franchise even more. God of War is one of the greatest franchises of all time.
It really is, and it's so weird because
this ending right here for God of War, this does it. I don't need no more games from Kratos. That's how, like, I'm content with what I'm content with what I saw. I'll let you see it so you can understand what I mean.
Yeah.
And I will say what I want to say after you're done. And you tell me if we need more God of War.
Wow. Okay.
Because I know people are still saying, oh yeah, I want him to go to Egypt, you know, go to India, go to Japan, go here. I'm like, no. He's done what he needed to do. On the seventh day, he rests.
There's definitely going to be a God of War 3 because he's still got to fight Odin. As far as I understand, I don't know what happens in this game. So
just watch. I mean, just play the game. Play the game.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Yeah. Don't tell me nothing. Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing to you. But hey, all right, everybody. Another great episode of Everybody Gets One. Be sure. Again, we need you guys. We try and get these 200 subs. Let's try to get it by the end of January. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow Everybody Gets 01, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then Ego Podcast on Twitch, so you can watch me scream like a little girl at The Last of Us. Also, well, I ain't gonna get you there. Metro Time, you can follow that Instagram if you want to. Metro_time. God damn it. Follow it if you want to. Rio, sound them all.
Yeah, so you can do Instagram Griffin_studios. On Twitter, it's Rio_Griffin, and on TikTok, it is Griffin Studios. No underscores, just Griffin Studios. And if you want to see my gameplays, it's Griffin Gameplays on TikTok as well. So yeah, check us out, man. Share, like I said, with like-minded people who want to know everything about pop culture, what's going on with all the latest and greatest, best TV shows, games, movies, comic books, anime, all of that. So yeah, you want us to cover it, we'll cover it.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Bye, everybody.